Most people are still buying garbage snowblowers, and it's shocking. In this video, we're ranking the 5 best electric snowblowers that actually work in real winters, not just in ads. These 5 best electric snowblowers prove gas blowers are overrated and cheap electrics are useless. Watch closely, because only these 5 best electric snowblowers will save your driveway this winter. Number 5. Joe SJ618E, 18H 13-amp corded electric. Let's kick things off with the Joe SJ618E. This is the one you buy not because it's exciting or flashy, but because it actually works without pretending to be a mini snowplow. At around $115, it's cheap compared to the rest of the market, which makes it approachable for homeowners who just want to get snow off the driveway without fuss. It's an 18-inch wide, single-stage, corded electric snowblower with a 13-amp motor. Joe claims it clears up to 580 pounds of snow per minute. In real-world terms, that translates to light and fresh snow moving smoothly. Overnight snowfalls of 3 to 6 inches, totally manageable. Wet or compacted snow? You'll feel the limits fast. Don't expect miracles here. That's the reality with smaller corded units. What actually stands out is the weight and maneuverability. At roughly 26 pounds, it's super easy to reposition. I've used heavier gas blowers, and wrestling them around a small driveway is a nightmare. The Joe feels almost like cheating in comparison. The 2-blade, cold-resistant rotor handles snow gently, so you can even use it on decks or paved surfaces without chewing them up. The 180-degree chute control is simple but functional, letting you aim snow away from cars or pathways, and it throws snow about 20 feet, not far, but enough for a standard driveway. The big downsides are obvious. You're stuck with one speed, no self-prop, no power steering, no LED lights, and a cord that you have to manage. Early mornings in the dark, you'll notice the lack of lights immediately. Heavy snow? You can't muscle this machine. You guide it and let it work at its own pace. But here's why it makes the list. It actually does what it promises for a very fair price, requires no gas or maintenance, and doesn't try to be something it's not. For small to mid-sized driveways and sidewalks, this is a solid starting point. Next up, we move into cordless territory with the ZEGJAW 40V, which is where things start getting interesting. On paper, it looks like it's punching above its weight. 20-inch clearing width, up to 10 to 12 inches of snow depth, 25-foot throw, dual LED headlights, and it even comes with 2 4.0 amp-hour batteries and a dual charger. That's already more than you get with most basic corded models. In practice, it feels like ZEGJAW is trying to compete with bigger brands like Ego, Greenworks, or Ryobi, but at a lower price, typically in the mid-$300. And here's the thing, including 2 batteries and a dual charger at this price is a big deal. Most cordless snowblowers hit the affordable price only if you supply your own batteries. With this unit, you're ready to go. The brushless motor gives it noticeably more torque than small corded blowers. Fresh snow? Handled. Moderate snow? No problem. That pile left by a plow at the end of the driveway? It can deal with it. The 180-degree chute control works as expected, letting you aim snow without constantly moving the machine. Dual LED lights are actually useful for clearing before sunrise or after dark. Storage is a plus. The foldable handle means it tucks neatly into a garage or shed. But let's be real, ZEGJAW isn't a legacy brand, and this model is sometimes out of stock, which raises questions about long-term support and spare parts. Battery life is solid for a medium driveway, but heavy, wet snow will chew through a charge quickly. Despite these caveats, the ZEGJAW is one of the few cordless units at a reasonable price that actually feels like a real snowblower. Number 3. PowerSmart 18-inch corded electric snowblower, 15-amp, DB1717. The PowerSmart 18-inch corded blower is where we start seeing a more serious budget option. At around $120, this is still affordable, but it feels a step up from the Joe. The 120-volt 15-amp motor is as strong as corded models get, and PowerSmart claims it can throw 800 pounds of snow per minute up to 30 feet. In practice, you won't hit 30 feet consistently, but it throws far enough to avoid constantly clearing the same pile at the end of the driveway. It's perfect for light to moderate snow, 0 to 6 inches deep. This isn't a machine for heavy, wet storms, but it shines on overnight snowfalls or regular clearing. What stands out is the all-steel auger with 4 rubber-tipped blades, durable and tough, yet gentle enough for decks and paved surfaces. You rarely see that level of build at this price. At 32 pounds, it's heavier than some corded units, which actually helps keep it planted and stable. The 6-inch wheels handle flat driveways and sidewalks fine, but aren't great for uneven terrain. It's simple, one speed with a manual chute, no LED light, no self-propelled, but it gets the job done efficiently. What earns it the number 3 spot? Honesty. It clears snow faster than a shovel, requires no gas, and feels more durable than most under $150 options. It doesn't pretend to be a premium machine, and that's exactly why it works. Number 2, SOYUS 40V 20-inch cordless electric snowblower. Here's where cordless electric blowers start to feel grown up. The SOYUS 40V 20-inch blower comes with 2 4.0 AH batteries and a dual charger, which means you can finish a medium driveway without waiting for a recharge. Price-wise, it usually sits around $250, sometimes dropping to $190 with promotions. That's a solid mid-range option for homeowners who want cordless freedom without paying top-tier brand prices. The brushless motor clears up to 10 inches of fresh snow and throws it around 23 feet. That's enough to clean most suburban driveways and sidewalks without wrestling the machine like a plow. Wet, heavy snow will slow it down. That's the limit for this class. But everyday snowfalls are effortless. The 180-degree chute is easy to use, and the adjustable deflector lets you manage snow placement. The dual LED lights and safety switches are practical touches that help during early mornings or dark evenings. The unit is compact, foldable, and lightweight, making storage and handling easy. Battery life is decent, but will vary depending on snow density. Heavier storms might require a backup charged battery. Durability is solid for the price. Brushless motors reduce wear, plastics feel robust, and overall, it's a convincing option for residential snow clearing. It won't replace a gas plow, but for most homeowners, this is the sweet spot between convenience, power, and price. Finally, the king of residential electric snowblowers, the EGO Power Plus 24-inch self-propelled 2-stage XP. Let's not sugarcoat it. This thing is expensive, usually $1,319 without batteries or charger. Add 2 10.0 AH ARC lithium batteries, and you're looking at another $400 to $500. But here's the thing, it earns that price. The 24-inch clearing width and 20-inch intake height make heavy, wet, or compacted snow feel easy. Using peak power technology, it can throw snow up to 50 feet, which is insane for a residential machine. Dry to moderately wet snow, you can clear long driveways, sidewalks, and multi-car areas without breaking a sweat. It's self-propelled with variable speed and trigger-controlled steering, meaning the auger does the work while the wheels pull it forward. Pivoting around corners is simple, and maneuvering feels effortless. The 2-in-1 remote chute adjustment rotates 200 degrees and controls deflection perfectly. Heated handles aren't gimmicky, they actually make sub-zero mornings manageable. Of course, it's still battery-powered, so runtime depends on snow density. You'll want the recommended 2 10.0 AH batteries for anything more than a small driveway. It's also big, 50 inches deep by 26 inches wide, so storage takes planning. Sticker shock is real, but the performance justifies it if you regularly deal with serious snow. Why number 1? It delivers power, precision, and convenience that smaller blowers can't touch. Long driveways, heavy snow, and multiple clearing areas? Done, without gas, noise, or constant effort. This is the blower you brag about owning because it actually changes winter cleanup. And that's a wrap on the 5 best electric snowblowers that actually do the job without all the gas, noise, or back-breaking effort. Some are small and simple, some are cordless mid-range options, and one is basically the king of residential snow clearing, but each one earns its spot for a reason. If you're still shoveling or thinking a cheap gas blower is the answer, you've seen why these electric models make more sense for most homeowners. They're practical, effective, and in many cases, a lot less of a headache than people expect. Let me know in the comments, which one would you actually use on your driveway this winter? And if you tried any of these, share your experience. I'm curious if your results matched mine. Don't forget to like the video if this helped you, and subscribe for more no-fluff, real-world reviews. Snow season doesn't wait, and neither should you.